Vex 2 is such a cool character. Hello and welcome, Response on Players, to yet another episode of the Response on Play podcast. I'm Andrew, and I'm joined by
Brian. Technically not in the same place he is, so, he's not really joined by me.
It's true. I'm James. How did he even get in there in the first place?
I Have My Ways. And by my ways, I actually woke up in here. I don't know how I got in here. But I do think that we should actually we should probably get this episode on the, going, because I might be losing air in here. I'm going insane. But we wanted to firstly discuss Guilty Gear is now out. For the US, it's only been a few days, but internationally, it has been a week-ish, almost a week.
Or has it been a week? Official release was Black Friday, so the 28th was the original release date.
Okay, so almost a week.
Release date?
Almost a week. So there's been a little bit of time with Guilty Gear. I unfortunately, my locals hasn't had their pre-release yet, so I have yet to actually play with the cards myself. Speaking of Guilty Gear, wanted to actually kind of ask what we think are very impactful cards from this set, like what we think can shake things up or like really make an impact. And Brian, first of all, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How are you in the ever sealed orb that you're in?
I'm losing air. So what do you think is the impactful card?
All right, hold your breath, because this is going to be a long one. So I do think that character-wise, I definitely think Kai's probably pretty good.
Kai seems pretty good.
Bad Guy seems really messed up with the current iteration that people have been working on. And then I am personally a big fan of Ino.
Yeah.
As well.
Absolutely.
We've been cooking up that list. I think that list is so fun.
It's very fun.
And so, she could be in the running. Originally, I would have said Bridget, but with her Day 1 errata, I don't think that's nearly as completely straight true. I think she's still having to play the game now, and so might not be as strong.
I mean, I still think Bridget has legs in this race, to be a very impactful character. I think all the characters have potential to really shine. I want to say a lot of us aren't too sold on, say, Nagoriyuki. I had a list I built up for TTS, and the list is not good, but when it popped off, it was pretty cool. And Nago himself was also pretty cool to just use and play. I think it helps that he got a foundation that also adds a blood counter, so it's not just him. So it speeds up his commit.
Yes.
So I mean, that's great. But I think Bridget can still, I think she still has the sauce. It's just not, hey, I'm gonna infinitely stuff your card pool. That sauce has expired. We're throwing that away in the trash. I guess it hasn't really expired. It's just
it's way harder to do.
It's way harder to do. So it's approaching the expiration date. So it's in the not really the forefront of people's deck decisions when it comes to playing Bridget. At least I don't think so. James, what about you?
I'm kind of in the same area. I think Soul, Kai, Eno definitely have potential to be good characters.
Even Eno?
Yeah. I mean, sealing stuff is strong.
That's pretty good.
So any chance you get to do that, yeah. I think the words on her face are good. She's a 7-handed with no defense, so it's
yeah, I mean, arguably
a little scary.
Arguably her defense is the ceiling, but it's a lot more effective offensively than defensively.
I do think Bridget is probably still a good character, even without the pre-errata. I think the words on her are good. I think her symbols are decent. I would not be surprised if Bridget becomes a real list.
Yeah, I mean, she has the symbols. Air is a pretty good symbol right now. Water, if you wanted to do City Rampage shenanigans, which is a list I have brewed up. It's literally just Water Bridget with City Rampage. So it's not really an original list necessarily, but I think the symbols are there for her, and I mean the words are still good, just not as degenerate.
Yeah.
And I agree there.
Also, it's great to actually see that all these characters in this set are, I don't know, I think all the characters in this set are kind of bangers. Even Potemkin, which I know a lot of people are not really sold on Potemkin.
I think Potemkin's cool. If I currently, like in the future, I lived in a world where Potemkin was good, I'd be like, huh, that's neat.
Yeah,
And
it's
then I would see if I could figure out a cool Potemkin list, because I think Potemkin's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I have like war flashbacks with fighting Potemkins in Guilty Gear. Like, I walk up to a Potemkin, he grabs me, half my health's gone with that one grab. It's kind of insane.
I would assume you have the same with Happy Chaos then, for some
I mean,
from actual Strive, because I know those two have been very good for a long time.
I actually hadn't played against Happy Chaos a whole lot. I think I played against one Happy Chaos, and they weren't that great.
Okay. I know in the greater, like, professional scene, those two characters are considered very good.
Oh, 100%. It's just like with those characters, like Happy Chaos isn't, at least I think, isn't necessarily a pickup brain dead character.
I agree there.
But I just played against one, and they didn't really do too hot. Like, if I'm able to beat you as Leo, because Leo's my boy, like, I think there might be, I think it's time to go back to the lab, bro.
Dang.
But
You're that Happy Chaos player from 9 years ago. You suck. From Andrew.
With love.
That's probably who put me in the snow globe.
Maybe.
Nah, I kind of wish that Leo was in this set, but
That'd be cool.
alas,
I'd like to
Leo
see
and
it.
Slayer, those two are my boys. I'm sad that neither of them are in this set, but it is what it is.
I was gonna say, outside of characters, are there any cards like that we think are really good that could definitely see meta style play?
Well said, Brian. Nice segue. And by segue, I mean thank you for also bringing up the fact that there are also really good non-character cards in Guilty Gear. I don't know how you do it, Brian.
I just try. I know you're trying too, so like we're working together here. We're on the same team.
I'm losing air in the snow globe, so I appreciate the backup. But I do think there are pretty good cards in this set. I think pretty like well-known.
So Stroke the Big Tree's pretty nice.
I mean, I like that
Absolutely. I was
card.
gonna say it's my favorite as far as like names. It's funny.
Makes sense.
It's the funniest one to say to somebody. I'm gonna play Stroke the Big Tree.
I struck the big tree, and then the freaking flavor text says "You didn't last long" by Eno. Great, fantastic.
They knew what they were doing.
But I mean, I like that card. It's like common version of tape swing, basically. You tension, you get the Roman cancel. You can either use Eno or the Roman cancel to make it a mid. Give it 2 damage with Eno. It is effectively a 4 mid 7 throw. They can't block with mids because Stroke the Big Tree says so. Which I think Stroke the Big Tree is a very cool card. But the card I was thinking of, funnily enough, is also an Eno card, and it is the big card that a lot of people have looked at for the set is Megalomania, her secret rare. Being able to just turn off your rival's character unless they spend 2 momentum, it could be like really good. I mean, off rip already is pretty good, but like later down the line, if they're printing more defensive characters, like you're not allowed to play those because if you're playing against anyone that has access to Mega, your character won't exist. Speaking of Ghidorah, like Ghidorah is pretty much in the dirt now, like buried.
Yeah, he's not allowed to be played, which sucks because I still love my boy.
Being able to just turn off these strong characters, like Midoriya, Rodan, like being able to play this attack and just say, unless you pay the tax, your character has no words. It is very good.
Yeah. It's very strong. I don't know. It's pretty crazy because like back in the day, we'd have Eraserhead doing stuff like that, and then it was like you didn't have the chance to do that, but also Eraserhead was not gonna kill you on turn 2, kind of thing, unless you just like
Not
found the
back
craziest
then.
line.
Yeah.
But now you have characters like I don't know, Deviljin has fire. It's not his primary symbol because there's other things that are better on other symbols, but like if you found a good list and you just did Deviljin things and start with a Megalomania, like you just kill a 7-hander without even trying now, honestly. And
Especially if they were a
it's
defensive 7-hander.
yeah, and it's kind of just like I don't know. It's pretty crazy being able to give these aggressive characters very good ways to deal with characters, especially early. Like imagine pre-errata Porco, or not pre-errata, but imagine Porco with teaming and Megalomania, and you're just
Yeah.
like
Yeah, that would have been
you,
actually really messed up.
yeah,
Very.
like it's like you have these like crazy characters that can do a lot of damage very early, and now you're just giving them a way to turn off stuff before you get to interact with it. It seems very, very strong.
It is quite
Mhm.
good. Like outside of like the potential for this card is so high, but even in is still very good because it seals a card, and more than likely 9 times out of 10 will be their character, unless they have just a really dumb good card in their stage that's not their character. And then you get to and say, "Hey, can I change the zone?" If they say no, you're sealing another card. So that's 2 cards that is sealed, and you're 1 card away from having the static Omega, where all your other attacks will get 1/1, which is definitely the weakest part, but like
Mhm.
easily on the card. But if they say no to your zone change as then you're already one sealed card away for getting extra stats.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, Megalomania is a strong card, really good card. I don't think I have to convince anybody of that. I think we're all in agreement of that. So moving on from that card, is there anything else that you guys think really stands out?
I do think Tyrant Rave is probably really strong. I mean, obviously, in Soul, it's very cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Tyrant Rave
just
in
because of
Shishi
the
Wakamaru is also very funny.
yeah, it's something you can play late like that for quote unquote free.
Yeah, I mean it's just like
Um,
Ascend the Battle, only not Ascend the Battle. I think Tyrant Rave gets it gets
it's
2/2
two two
for each attack you've played.
that you've played. Yeah,
Yeah, so like if they've already blocked a couple attacks, then you just form Shishi and go, "Yeah, here's Tyrant Rave. It's for 1 billion. You are now dead."
I also think Behemoth Typhoon's kind of cool because I do think its responsibility is still really dope.
Oh, I love Behemoth Typhoon. That card's so cool.
I could see that being in a list and going, okay, that makes sense. Even
Yeah,
though it
you get
doesn't do
the.
anything that crazy.
I mean, you block with it, so it works on block, and with how the response works, you could just not use a lot of your speed hate on an attack, provided it's like 5-6 speed. You could block with Behemoth, not really use any speed hate, and you can save it for another attack. So it, in a way, can help you keep your speed hate for later in your rival string.
I think both Heaven or Hell and Walking Fortress seem pretty decent.
Those cards are pretty crazy. I think,
Yes.
especially Walking Fortress,
Yeah.
like
That
it
card's pretty
having
crazy.
chaos and it not being unique, so you can have multiple of these and pop them both for like plus your check. You could also, if you manage to get 2 momentum, which is pretty easy for the chaos symbol, you pop Walking Fortress. Your next check gets +3. You could then build Walking Fortress back in face down. And I don't think Chaos has a way to unflip it, but in some decks that are able to unflip it, then you just are off to the races. You get the benefit of both, and then you just unflip it later. And it's like, yeah, I basically
Yep.
didn't lose it.
Got
Yep.
Earth, you could play it in Vex.
I sure can. Vex 2 is such a cool character.
That is true. That is true. I was gonna say in honorable mention, just for the psychological warfare, is Mr. Dolphin, so that you can shout Totsugeki. at your
Totsugeki.
opponent every single time. And
Totsugeki.
anybody who really plays a lot of Strive is going to be like, I hate this.
It's like I hear it in my head right now. Please stop. Totsugeki.
Tatsugeki.
Yeah. Mr. Dolphin's okay. I
He's
think
not that good. It's just for the warfare.
it's just for the meme.
memes.
Yeah, it's just for the meme. But hey, that's all a card needs sometimes, especially for a common uncommon.
But yeah, I think both of those foundations are probably really good too. I agree.
A lot of those those foundations that are like, yeah, pick a thing if you add it to momentum. So if you tension twice, do both. Like, I think a handful of those are pretty good. But I agree with James that Heaven or Hell and Walking Fortress are like the strongest of the two. What about attacks? Like, I know we talked about Shark Victory and we talked about Megalomania. I guess we also talked about Titan Rave. So we talked about some attacks already.
3 attacks. We talked about a few. I would love a world where Potemkin Buster is good. Like, it already is really cool.
I think it's very cool. But of course, everyone's going to look at the 2-check and just not want to play it, which is valid. Checking a 2 can't kill you.
But man, oops, it's accidentally 12 would be so funny.
I thought about trying to work it into the Eno list because you just change it. You just change its zone, give it more, a couple damage, and then if they try to full block it because you've made it huge by changing the zone a couple times, and they go, I don't want to. No, I guess you force out like a partial block because they don't want to full block it, obviously, because it's gonna get like even more huge.
Yeah, you get to try and sniff out zone where you're like, hey, I want you to block on this zone and prevent an extra 6 damage, and then if they don't, you go, oh, you don't have that zone. Good to know.
Yeah, exactly. You make it like a low or a high, and then they block with a mid, and it's like, you don't have a mid now. Okay.
It also plays really well into resets, both as a 2/6, but also as if they are going to try and like reset it and then like lower it some, and then they choose not to block it, it adds damage back again. So
pretty much, yeah.
Cool stuff there.
Yeah, they just like DR it and then full block it. You just basically it just gets 6 damage, so it's like their DR didn't even matter. Like, there's a world where Potemkin Buster is really good. Also, the card just looks good. Like, all the cards.
Oh yeah, all the URs
cards
look amazing.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, just kind of like all the cards and like looking at everything, I'm like, this common looks sick.
Yeah, they all look great. And also, there's just a lot of cool like tech pieces that's in this set. Like, there's one with Asuka. I'm blanking on the name. It's analytical observation.
Analytical observation. Mm-hmm. I see it right.
Yeah. So response whenever your rival blocks your attack, you can flip their block. Mm-hmm. So no breaker, no airy smiles, no showdown. If they're trying to block trick you, you just say no.
Or card pull trick you with someone like, say, like Deviljin trying to block with a
Goblin Bolt.
Goblin Bolt, and just go, now flip it. I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that card's very cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool like fringe like tech pieces in this set. Another one I like quite a bit is Armor-Clad Faith. I originally was like, yeah, this card's fine, and then I really got to think about it. Being able to just kick off a keyword from a rival attack is pretty good.
Yeah.
Like keyword ability specifically.
Yeah.
So like if they plan to kill you with powerful, or they need the speed to kill you with EX, you can just say, no, it doesn't have that. If you're going to try to stun me out, no, this card doesn't have stun. And it's on a spam foundation, which is pretty great. I really like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I like that one too. There's a lot of really just cool cards.
Yeah,
in this set, so compact, but also like there's just a lot of like these cards work, they do things, and I can see reasons why I would want to play them. Like for
exactly.
Every card.
Yeah, like this set is so cool. Like it's a small set, but it's got a lot of just cool cards in it, and which I'm very sad that I didn't really get to. Like, I haven't really gotten to play with these cards yet because of the delay of the release over here in the States. But, I mean, it is what it is. It just feels bad that I have to wait longer to play with these cards that I've been just waiting for. But I get it. Things happen. There's also just a lot of these like foundations that require, I don't say require, but have a bonus effect that if you've played a Roman cancel, you get X thing.
Mm-hmm.
One card I like that is exactly that is Hover Dash, which is an Eno action. Crazy, talking about a lot about Eno cards here.
Because you've been looking at him a lot.
Yeah, I am very much an Eno stan in terms of the set, the game universes. I think the character herself is kind of cool in Guilty Gear. But yeah, you get to change the zone. So you can already give 2 damage with Eno. And then if you played a Roman cancel, you can give it 2 speed. So with Hover Dash, if you played a Roman cancel, you can give an attack 2/2, which is nothing to really scoff at. With the added benefit of the response to be able to have your rival discard a card. I really like this card. And then there's also just a handful of other ones like on the foundations, like Gunslinger's Focus, Garuda Impact, Flame of Corruption, like these other ones that
Flame of Corruption and King of Illyria were 2 that I was looking at. I'm like, these have cool. I did a Roman cancel. I get a good effect out of them.
yeah, King of Illyria,
pretty good. King of
Illyria, and
could be very strong.
Yeah, that ability is really good. The Roman cancel benefit is that it's tenacious, and Fukio, which is the Nagoriyuki Foundation, also has that benefit of if you played a Roman cancel, this has tenacious.
Can I ask a question? Why is the art on Disaster of Passion so high res?
I also have actually thought about that just looking at the card.
Let me go back to Disaster of Passion.
This is like a fucking like from an OVA or something. It's like
yeah, it is pretty good.
I mean, look at Secretary of Defense right above it. Like,
I think the
it's not Disaster of Passion though. Like,
I think the art of Disaster of Passion is a lot cleaner.
I think it's like her not her windscreen. Sorry, I think it's the art you get for like playing through her little like arcade mode.
I think so.
I think it's the one you get at the end when you win.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's just funny. Like most of these are like really screen grabs or like comic style looking one, and this one is just like straight out of the end screen of an anime. Like, yeah.
Someone really likes May, which I mean, May's fine.
Very funny.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, look at Queen of Compassion. It's kind of in the same boat. Like this art's like way different in style.
I don't like the way
this one's like 3D rendered, which is like it's a different style, but like I don't know, dude. I just like
I don't like
Disaster
the way that
for me just stands out. It's like
I don't like the way Dizzy's looking at me in Queen of Compassion though. Like it's
well, you shouldn't because the compassion isn't real.
Oh, I know. I just wish you would stop looking at me like that.
She's about to block your attack and then laugh at you.
Yeah. She's not even in the set.
I know, which sucks because I like her. I think she's cool.
Yeah, she's all right.
Okay, fine, whatever, man.
Kai probably could have done better.
Damn.
Your opinion's dumb and wrong, Brian.
That's fine.
I'm the one in the snow globe. My opinion is obsolete.
I was gonna try and help him get out, but now
he's like, you know what? Suffocate.
Sorry. You don't like
fun.
my girl Quinn Dizzy? Like, I
wouldn't say I hate her. She's just okay.
You were like, this lady's mid.
This lady is mid. I mean, I guess kinda. That is what I said. So maybe I belong in here.
I do like. I'm like, there's all sorts of cool stuff in here. I'm looking at like Jealous Homunculus looks amazing. I don't know.
Oh, that card's so good.
That card's
I think the card's solid.
I think that card is
because like
very
spinning
good.
Momentum is fine.
Yeah, I mean,
but I like the art is great.
Yeah, it's ABBA, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had to think about it for a second.
Yeah, I mean, I also had to think about it. I was like, is that ABBA? I think so.
Ram Lethal's Great Swords was cool.
That is a very interesting foundation, actually. Being able to just name a block zone and say, hey, this gets 3 damage unless you want to show me that zone you have.
I like it. I think that's a cool effect.
Yeah, it is very cool. It basically just says, okay, so I know if they choose to cancel the damage, then you basically get the information of, okay, I know they have a high block, so I guess I'm just not allowed to play highs if that high block is like Airy Smiles or Showdown or something. Then you just say,
I mean,
okay,
it also says may, so
yeah,
like they can show you it to prevent the damage, which usually means, honestly, I would probably declare a block zone that's not the block zone of the attack I'm playing.
oh, correct.
So you're just like, oh, this attack is a low. Can you show me a high?
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, this gets 3 damage, which can matter. If they can't block the low, then they don't want the attack to get more damage, so they show the high. It's like, okay, cool, I'm gonna keep throwing these lows at you.
Yeah, and like that's kind of how I would take that, and like kind of vice versa. I think that's just like a cool ability
Agreed.
in general.
Yeah, 2 cards with Ramlethal, but not in the set. Crazy.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we got what two cards with Gold Lewis, 3 cards with Gold Lewis.
I think only 2 cards with Gold
I think
Lewis.
it's just 2.
Yeah,
I think it's just Secretary of
Tycoon.
Defense and Behemoth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which Secretary Defense is fine.
Fine. Yeah, like I think this card's fine.
Like the card's fine. I guess it has to be a tutive, and I feel like just it being a tutive is a little weird to me. Also, the way it's just worded, I don't like. But I mean that's probably just like a me thing.
I don't know. I kind of like the bottom response to seal a foundation.
Oh no, that's sick.
Cause them to commit and then go. It's also sealed next turn. Don't ever play that card again.
The thing
that's cool.
The thing that's weird about it to me is it's after you commit one or more rival foundations. The thing is, whenever you're quote unquote you are committing a rival foundation, you're telling your rival to do it. Your rival's still doing it. You're pointing out, hey, tap that, and they're executing the action. So they are still committing it. You are not.
I think the intention is basically that when I get to tell you which one has to be committed, that's me committing it, even though I'm not the one technically touching the card. And
I get
the window.
I guess so, because I guess then if your rival just like commits for costs, they just say, hey, I'll seal that one, and it stays sealed. So you won't get it back next turn or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I mean, just read the top response. It's like, after you seal a foundation, commit one of them. Like it's telling you to commit one of them. So like the wording is the same, even though the action is like not it.
Well, it's flipped because it's basically the opposite side of it. You get to decide whether you want to seal other stuff or commit things that are sealed, which I think is decently fine.
Maybe I just reading like too hard into it. Like maybe it's not really that big a deal, but I just looked at that card.
I
Like, man,
agree.
this card's
It's
weird.
written a little weird.
Just off of the context of how, like, just the rules, unless it changed at some point, which I'm not always looking at the freaking comprehensives like every day.
I don't believe that's changed, but they'll tell us in the comments if we're wrong.
That's fair. Yeah, this set just has a lot of cool cards. I'm very excited to see the potential of this set, the characters, the attacks, like just everything in this set. I am very curious on how much of an impact it will make into the current meta game. Speaking of the current meta game, that leads us right into our next topic of discussion. We didn't get anything banned for December. The ban errata, monthly ban errata article came out. No changes. Last month we had, I think, a pretty good ban list. Yes, big changes. I think good. Probably could have been. A lot of people say it could have been better. Yeah, that's true, I guess. Like, there's probably a couple things that I was expecting to be there, but what we have, I'm perfectly fine with. So I think the overall ban list from November was good. It definitely hit a couple decks, whether it be massively or just enough for it to shake up like deck choices a little bit. And then there's this month with December that there was no changes, and that is possibly due to the fact that, well, Guilty Gear wasn't out when the article came out, so they wanted to see what Strive would do to shake up everything. But I still think there were a couple things that could have gotten hit even before Strive came into the fray. James, what is a card that you think could have been banned and or errated?
I mean, there's only really one main one that still comes to mind for me. One of two. It's Mutant Machine and by extension Equipment Heist. And I think I've spoken on this topic before, but there's a couple of ways that you can fix it. I don't think that Heist should search your deck, and I feel like Mutant Machine should probably be unique. I can probably live with one or the other, but maybe doing both is too much of a nerf to those cards. But I do think the ability to search your deck with Heist and build as many Mutant Machines as you want is pretty messed up.
I agree. I'm kind of in the camp. I mean, I pretty much agree with like everything you've said. I'm in the camp that if Equipment Heist doesn't get touched, that 3M should definitely have unique, because I think Equipment Heist is what really enables the toxicity of 3M. I guess if you touch and like go the other way and like make a if you make Equipment Heist, if you fix it to where it doesn't search the deck, or if it's just like a once per turn enhance, like then you don't have to mess with 3M, because I think 3M as is probably fine, because there are some characters that can cheat in these, like cheat in assets, like jump through a couple of hoops to be able to get that into their stage one way or another. And I think that's fine. Or you can just build it raw. It's a 7-diff asset. Go for it. Be a Chad today. Build it down normally. But I do think that Equipment Heist enables 3M's toxicity.
And also kind of limits. In my case, I think it's Equipment Heist, but the reason is because I think Equipment Heist limits what kind of cards can be printed with just high difficulty as its controlling factor that says the word asset on it.
Right.
Because you're not paying for it. That's why Mutant Machine feels unfair. If everybody had to pay 7 for their Mutant Machines, everyone would go, I'm never playing this card.
Correct.
It's not good enough.
Agreed.
But because we don't have to, we pay 0 for this Mutant Machine. And for the second one, and for the third one, they go, no, this card's great.
Yeah, I mean, any card's great when you can just cheat it.
When it's free.
Yeah, when it's free.
Yeah, a lot of cards are really good when they're free. And like that's why I'm just like, I don't think Mutant Machine is unfair. Thinking Equipment Heist makes it unfair.
I agree that I think Equipment, I mean, I've already said this, that Equipment Heist enables 3M, but to an annoying, unfair level. But if you fix Equipment Heist, then I think 3M is just fine.
Yeah, I don't know. Even if you aren't building them with Heist, I still feel like we've had less powerful assets with unique on them. I feel like having multiple machines, whether you're building them in through your character or through Heist, is really oppressive.
I mean, there is a world where that could be the case. It's just when it comes to 3M, everyone is just doing the Equipment Heist method, so it's really hard to gauge otherwise. So like if we were to basically hit Heist, we would see how the meta would shift without Heist to play 3M. And if it's still degenerate, then they would see past like change 3M.
Then we'll see the Pumat Souls and
which I think
Terry Darringtons of the world go, well, I can still play this busted card. But the thing is, I don't think this card's busted. I think this card's fine. Both those have a real cost still.
Yeah.
And you have to see them somewhere. You have to see them in just their discard, or Pumat Soul has to see it in hand. And so, like, that's a real cost, right?
I do like that Pumat Soul has kind of peeked his head out and is like, oh, a card for me to cheat in? Let's go, baby. Just starts freaking strutting down the walkway. And he's like, I got 3M. I'm ready to be a big boy now. Because it's funny because during our tier list video of the Curl characters, way back in ye old time.
Year, basically.
Yeah. That
January.
We were all like, hey, this character has cool words, but we need to see more of what more cards that he could really use Like, it just takes a card or two to really crack this character open.
Or
3M's right here.
and I think gets very close to doing it by itself.
Exactly.
Oh
So
yeah,
like,
for sure.
I just thought that was funny. I really liked that. I also just would love to see more crit roll character representation. Like, I just like playing the characters from crit roll. Like, they're just so fun. It's just a shame that they're not all too good competitively. Like, Tyrion had his time in the sun. Tyrion and Percy, and Vax and Grog had their time in the sun. Combined firepower got hit, so Percy was no longer really a thing because people were playing Percy with Death Casino.
And neither was Vax for the same
Yeah,
Vax
reason.
is- same
Vax was the
reason.
same thing. Yeah, Tyrion didn't really get hit. He was just too slow compared to some of the other decks that were just ramping out all these stats too quick, and Tyrion couldn't answer them quick enough. And that's still sort of the thing. Although I think Tyrion has a bit more legs now because of 3M.
I agree.
But yeah, he's still a little too slow. If you don't see it, then you might just blow up. And then Grog is just an entity. Like, he's just kind of there.
He is.
Yeah. I don't know that Mutant Machine really changes Tyrion all that much. Like,
It's expensive.
You're not-
Five,
yeah, you're not spending 6 mana to build in a mutant machine, or I mean 6 momentum to build in a mutant machine.
Wrong M word.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair. That is valid. But
No, because we would in fact go, hey, you have to check a 6 to build Mutant Machine.
yeah, but I mean, Tyrion still plays the card because, I mean, why wouldn't he? Right?
I mean, you think you run it as like a one of maybe in him just because it's a free random thing. Not so much that he wants to do the first part. He wants to then actually steal it with Dramatic Slash probably.
I mean, using it on defense as well is kind of funny. You can just go, oops, -7 speed.
Yeah, I didn't think I could kill you this time, so it's infinitely slow.
I'm blocking your next attack, guaranteed.
Or I'm making you spend your reset on speed.
Yeah, Tyrion's a character that I actually kind of like peeked at. And I was like, maybe. I thought about it a couple times. Do I ever pull the trigger on it? I don't know. I play bad decks. I'll get to him eventually, probably.
So maybe.
Yeah, so maybe. I mean, my pet deck right now is Vex 2. So, like, the world is my oyster.
You could play anything.
I could play anything, even Vex 2.
Yeah, I mean, I agree that those two cards, though I do think it's really more equipment heist, in my opinion, because it also, I think, stifles how you can create cards in the future. Unless we get a couple of answers, because we're about to lose a couple of answers to it.
Right.
All right, we are.
And I'm like, so then it becomes even harder to say, hey, you're not allowed to do this thing.
Agreed.
And so I'm just like, maybe there's a world where we should touch it. And then I will say,
With a
because
stick.
obviously we've been shown these things, I expect it to get banned. If it gets touched, it's going away. Because it's not a character, it's not in a challenger deck.
Right.
So
Right.
it'll go away. And I don't necessarily love that.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get some seal and card pool effects that aren't super expensive. But I also don't want infinity answers to things like that, because I don't think that's particularly exciting either, because then you're just playing the best cards when you end up with infinity simple things like the infinity reset.
Yeah. I personally was
Yeah.
fine with normal, like the moment of normalcy being on infinity, and then we just started printing more and more things on the infinity symbol. I'm like, okay, that's a little much.
Yeah, we were basically saying we're afraid of the numbers that we've given everybody, so we want a way for people to go actually start over. And I don't think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
But, like, I would much rather see a world where maybe we get a couple. Let's get a 3 symbol card that's just like response flip after an enhance is played in the card pool. Like, after a card pool enhance is played, cancel it, seal that card. cancel it and seal it. Like,
Yeah, something
type
like
of thing.
that. Yeah.
And it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have to be all 12 symbols. I think something like that, or something like forcing surrender, where it's like, I'll get rid of it, or tabes, where you exile it.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, we
just,
already have the best answer printed. It's just Night Eye.
yeah, well,
You just
unfortunately, he
play
goes
Night
away.
Eye.
Unfortunately, we're losing my boy. So instead, I'm trying to create Night Eye
Good.
on a foundation
get-
or asset.
It just means we got to get the Night Eye bundle mat kit, and he's around for the next however many years.
Only if they give him that, because like we were told, the next experience bundle isn't new legality.
Yeah, the Borderlands cards are not going to be new legality. Like new, they're not extending the life of the cards that got reprinted because it's not what they were meant for. Which is,
Interesting.
yeah, it's a whole other thing because that's the point. Like, or that was like originally with like reprints and stuff, giving them new symbols so it extends their legality, and then this bundle is coming around saying, actually, not this time. So like that's a little
Probably
weird.
just means probably not going forward that'll be true, because I think they were worried about putting a different licensing symbol. Like, they didn't want to put Yu Yu Hakusho Dark Tournament symbol on these Borderland cards. That's really what it boils down to, and that's fine. I get it. That's probably a stipulation they were given.
Yeah,
But it does mean they have to change that rule, and it sounds like that's something they were willing to do. They're willing to change that rule.
I guess so. Still, still a
Which
little
just means
weird
we have to reprint those cards the old-fashioned way in like a set. And I
with a
still think there's
Sharpie.
plenty.
Oh,
Well, I was gonna say, I could definitely see a world where a card like Forcing Surrender gets reprinted. Like, it just ends up with Godzilla on it, and he's about to kill Ghidorah or something. You know what I mean?
and he's forcing the surrender.
Yeah.
Ah, got him.
And like just something like that. Like, you could definitely see.
Nah.
a world
Forcing
where that
Surrender
works.
had its reprint time. It's Home Run Comet time.
Honestly,
Hey, I'm in. I'm not saying no. I
that
have
card
a
was
bunch of them.
cool. It was great playing that card, and then you're like, "Oh, what's that card gonna do? Oh, it's tripled my health when that happened."
I mean, Kaikisuke stocks go up, obviously, if that.
Yeah, yeah, it does because I think it's a charge and a weapon.
Yep, and we only care
Oh,
about
he cares
charged or
about ranged. Yeah, he cares about
Well, he cares about
range.
charged or ranged.
Yeah, he cares about charge or range, and it's a charge. So yeah, he's
So we
good
got that.
there.
That's all I care about.
Yeah, so that would be hilarious actually. But
Kind of messed
also,
up.
let's not and say we did.
But yeah, I do think we should probably consider some of these staple cards. I mean, we sort of did this. I mean, we got Street Hero, which is basically just the part everybody mostly
Struggling.
cared about for struggling with studies.
Yeah. Just reworded it so it
Um,
was a bit more fair,
A
I
bit
guess.
more quote unquote fair.
Yeah.
So we could definitely do something along the lines of a Forcing Surrender or or something like that. You could definitely create a version that's similar to like the Togoro's Dominance, where it's just like, oh, you played an enhance in your card pool, get rid of the card in your card pool, and like you played a card pool enhance, not a enhance on a card. I'll destroy this and you'll get rid of it. You still get the enhance, you get one.
Yeah.
Like, I could
I mean,
definitely
I could see
a
that
world where a
route.
card like that exists in our game. It wouldn't be crazy.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
It'd probably be good, but not amazing.
yeah, because I can, yeah, because you're trading a card, a resource to stop your rival from doing a thing that they want. So I think it's an equal trade. But all of that said, got a little off topic, but
No, I think we got pretty on. Well, I mean, we were still fairly on topic. We're talking about cards that are scary.
we steered off and then immediately like woke up at the wheel and steered back onto the road. You know.
I was like, I have a card that I could see getting banned in the future that I don't think will get banned yet.
Night Eye.
Yeah.
Correct. I don't think he'll get banned until right before Worlds, so that I'm not allowed to play him. My card that I'm going to name is one we actually talked about from Guilty Gear, Megalomania. We
Yep.
talked about why it was very strong. I could definitely see a world where we are not happy with the idea of sealing our rival's character on turn 2 because they don't have 2 momentum. And they definitely don't have 2 momentum if this is going first, the first card that gets played as an attack.
Yep.
I mean, they
And
also
them having defensive characters that just are blank.
and there's also a way to like guarantee it, even if your rival has the momentum. You just play Scoundrel's Insight from Critical Role, and whenever you play Mega, you flip Scoundrels and say, "Hey, you can't spend momentum. This is a free turn off your character button now."
Correct. Or turn off Moment of Normalcy or any invented future card that solves problems.
Yeah. It just
touches
gets
them
to
all.
turn off. Yeah, it just gets to turn off a card. And then with Scoundrel's Insight, it's literally free. You cannot cancel it even if you have the momentum.
Which are both on Void, if I remember correctly.
Correct.
Yeah. So I'm just like, I could see a world where this card gets banned.
We wouldn't touch it because it touches a card like a foundation. It would
Correct.
be strictly for the character because we didn't ban Kraken, and Kraken is just better than this when it comes to foundations. But it would be character for sure. That would be too strong.
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, Kraken doesn't hit character, but it hits 2 vital pieces. One mainly, like it gets to turn off a foundation for the turn, and they don't get it on their turn. And then if your rival actually plays assets that matter, then you just get to turn off a second piece. So yeah, Kraken is like very good, but it's not. Hey, I'm going to make your character do a quadruple somersault, and now you can't play your turn.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like this is potentially, well, it has ramifications that are worse than Kraken's, but like hitting a normalcy, hitting a whatever problem foundation is not going to be the reason this card gets banned.
Agree. Well, but
Correct.
I think
I agree.
the utility is the reason that it would specifically is that you get to touch their best card. And a lot of times that's going for characters that care or like that care about defense, it's going to be their own face.
Yeah.
And you get to go, you don't have that. And then for plenty of other characters into its quote-unquote dead matchups, you go, I don't know, I guess I'll get the Moment of Normalcy because it's there. Because your character is blank on my turn. But that card isn't, so stop that one. Or you have a cancel on board over there. I'll just seal the cancel.
Yeah. And then and I mentioned this also, like if you have multiple ways of just sealing cards, then you can then turn on the static of Megalomania to have your attacks get 1/1. So, I mean, no one's really working towards that. You're playing Mega because it gets to just free turn off your character or problem card. The static is just a bonus.
All agreed that that's just strong, right?
Yes.
Like, we've already agreed. Everybody's pretty much just like, yeah, getting to turn off good characters is probably really good.
And here I am also reinforcing that statement because I love going in circles.
I do too.
It's probably the airflow getting cut off from my brain.
It does get stopped by a card that I also would not be necessarily upset if it got banned, which is Filled with Doubt.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Get that shit out of here.
I think so. Filled with Doubt.
Just a negative play experience thing for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not fun when it happens. And I also think this has created a bunch of goofy play loops where a bunch of cards that we probably would just have banned get to stay in because we get to go, but if it's sealed, it does nothing, right? You go, yeah, but like, if you don't have the seal, you just don't get to play the game. And so it becomes do I have the one interaction piece to play the game?
Yeah, Filled with Doubt is kind of, I talked about with Normalcy that I was fine with Normalcy being on the Infinity symbol, but then we started printing more Infinity cards, and I was like, okay, we need to stop. Filled with Doubt was definitely a card I was like, okay, we don't need to do this more. Like,
sealing an attack is very strong. I mean, that's like half of Allura's entire character.
Agreed.
And it's just...
That's what I'm saying. Now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, Normalcy is just a reset, which, you know, symbols have a handful of those, and now every symbol gets one more, whether it be speed or damage. Now, with Filled with Doubt being having the Infinity symbol, now every deck basically just says that card no longer matters, and that I think is a lot more impactful and more NPE than Normalcy.
Yeah, it's just everybody gets a cancel.
Yes.
And I think cancels should be symbol gated. I think you should sit down and know that your character wants to play cancels. Like that your opponent wants to play cancels on you. Or definitely it's way in their game plan and one of their better options. Like if I sit down and I'm playing against like an evil void character, I'm expecting them to mess with my checks and stuff. Or make me discard cards. Canceling or sealing also makes sense in that wheelhouse. I don't feel weird when they go, no, I don't want that one to do stuff. I go, fair enough. Because that's what you've been telling me the whole game. Oh no, actually I want you to do this a little differently now.
Actually, this is my house, and that's my PlayStation, so we're playing it my way or the highway.
Playing throws is cheating, so don't play throws.
Exactly.
Classic.
Yeah.
Blocking is actually illegal. If you block, I'm going to punch you in real life.
Don't combo because I don't know how to.
If you combo, I'm taking my ball and going home.
Exactly. But that
Unrelated.
Unrelated.
Real quick, unrelated. Total tangent here. I used to play a lot of Mortal Kombat X, and I played with this one guy that hated corner combos. You were not allowed to corner trap against him, and like there was one time I was like, I will not corner trap against you, but if I'm in the middle of a combo and it carries you to the corner, I'm finishing that combo and then I'll back off and let you up. And like I did that, and like I was mid screen and started my combo, made it to the corner, and he got so upset. And I was just like, bro, this is the game. Like, you're lucky I'm not trapping your ass the entire time, because that's all Cassie does is corner trap and mix up.
I was gonna say that's just the game you signed up for, buddy. Like,
yeah,
you're playing Mortal Kombat. Nobody likes you. You don't have friends.
Dang, he really said that. Maybe
crazy.
You should be in the globe.
I mean, but am I wrong?
Not touching that.
Look, in the comments, you guys can talk about how sweaty NRS games feel and how they create characters that just like trap opponents in the corner and go, you don't get to play the game anymore.
Felt
and
like
by
that
proxy,
with Injustice.
ruin friendships.
I felt like that with Injustice. Like,
Oh,
you would
Injustice
just use
is
the
absolutely that game.
Yeah, you would just use the items of the map and just like throw people in corners and be like, all right, you're there. You're going to stay there. That's your new home. Rent free, baby.
Anyway, a little bit of story time. Back on track.
All right.
Mostly back on track.
We pulled over. Now it's time to get back on the road.
Yeah, we had to stop real quick. NP is a reason to... We've removed cards specifically for NP reasons. So, it is a card I could see getting banned for that reason.
Looking at you,
and then
Strike.
also, if we're banning it, we're probably banning a couple other random cards that we'll feel bad if no one's allowed to interact with them.
Yeah, I agree.
Or
like
it's
what?
a world where
I'm curious
we
what you think is so bad that it can't survive without Filled with Doubt.
Without Filled with Doubt? I don't know that there is necessarily anything right now that I can think of just like straight off the top of my head. But like Megalomania was my example of a card. It's a card that it stops. But if it can't be stopped, Megalomania feels way worse, right? If it always heals the most important card in the stage. So, like, it's just things like that. I don't know that even it would matter enough. It might not feel like as much of a negative play experience for opponent plays attack and it punishes me. And it makes it hard to defend it myself. Because a lot of attacks do that. Giving speed to an attack does that.
Also, in Megalomania, it's not a response speed. There's also a way to stop it. You know, we just talked about there is a way to cancel that cancel. But there's still that option to just say, no, actually, I don't want you to do that. Filled with Doubt is just, you played your attack. I'm responding to just say those words are no longer there.
Yeah, it has the built-in cancel. It also has things like it is an attack and not an action. So it has things like Genkais, where you go, actually, no thanks. Or you can
you got all the blitz
fighting
cancels.
for control. Yeah, blitz cancels, one of which is on an action, but I don't think that one's unfair.
High speed dodge.
There's plenty of just like, actually, you checked really bad. Do you still really want to play it that badly? And things like that also affect them. which doesn't affect as easily something like Filled with Doubt. You can't, or like a lot of those are on board answers, and you see those, and you're playing into them, saying, "Hey, how madly do you want to keep your character, or do you want to cancel it? I know you have a cancel. Do you want to spend it?" And I think that feels way better. I actually think it's a way more interesting way to just play the game, when pretty much you have everybody's cards on the table effectively,
Yeah.
and get to like I don't think there's anything wrong with like hand tricks. I personally feel like there should be something like Airy Smiles on a low block. We don't have anything like that, and I think that should exist. I think there should be one. Their mids thing right now has been like breaker. Big breakers are on mids.
Yeah.
We don't really give breaker 2 to other directions without it being a card that we flip in our stage that gives it to it. And then like I just feel like we should have
Spirit
something
Wave,
like that.
baby.
Yes,
That's
Arguably,
breaker
that's
2 on a low block.
arguably that's an old style card.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's
Oh,
an
yeah, for
old
sure.
design philosophy style card.
Yeah.
New philosophy doesn't say we do that. In fact, I don't know that we punish low blocks in our new philosophy.
Not
I
right
don't
now.
know that we have any low punishes of any kind.
That's because we don't block low blocks as card players. Low blocks don't exist.
All right, you hear that, Godzilla players? Just go oops all lows again.
If I don't look at the low attack, then it doesn't hurt me. It can't hurt me.
It can't hurt me if I don't look at it until it does
And then I get
10
swept.
damage because it's a Godzilla playing a low attack at
Laughs and hate fish.
Laughs and hate fish, yeah. Oh man, loved playing that in rando. Good times.
That's what I'm saying is like, but those don't feel as bad because they had to play it as the block. There was a whole setup that they had to do. They have to successfully block it, right? Which was already a thing they were going to do or not do. I like punish blocks. I don't like as much punish you chose to play the games.
Agreed.
If that makes sense.
It does make sense. It does.
And so, like, I can see a world where that happens. I can also just see a world where Filled with Doubt just isn't good in the future because we have less cards that just, like, have to be canceled. And so...
I don't think I want to live in that world. I don't want to not have to worry about Filled with Doubt because all my cards are boring.
I mean, it could also be the other direction. You don't have to worry about Filled with Doubt because every one of your cards is wild. And they go, well, is it this one? Is this the one I'm supposed to Fill with Doubt? Because that's the thing that happens in... I had to go to a different card game. Magic has that a lot, where if you just play only good stuff, the answer becomes, hey, do you want to cancel this creature? That could definitely win the game. No? Okay, what about this creature that also could possibly just win the game? What about
They
this?
clutch their
And then
finger and you just have an answer. You just may want to answer any single reflex of the pinky.
Yeah.
Like,
and then you just go, okay, well, if they have so many things that are good, and I have 4 cancels, I'm supposed to save it for the right card to cancel. And then you'll see a million people just not play a cancel and then die.
Yeah.
Because you've shown them from like discard or whatever that you have a card that they definitely know they want to cancel. They are most afraid of that card, and you just never play it, and then play everything else in your deck. And if you have 56 other bangers, like, you don't care that these 4 cards are blank now. But I don't think that's a world that'll happen. And so I'm just like, I think there's a world where cancels like that will eventually probably... I don't think we'd print more. I'd actually be fine with them banning it if we printed another one that was on symbols. It's pretty much where I live right now. I'm fine with the effect existing. I just don't want everybody to have it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
agreed.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I want it to be part of some symbol's identity. I feel like that's a really void-coded or evil-coded or maybe order-coded thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
think it's definitely a void card. Like,
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
we got
it's void.
Nonagon that does the same thing on that symbol, so it's like
Yeah.
that's obviously a void effect. I don't think there was any reason to give it to everybody.
Well, they had to give it to everybody in Apocalypse because void isn't a symbol.
That's true.
So who gets cancel effects in Attack on Titan when the cancel symbol doesn't exist? It'd be like, what do we do with the idea of canceling cards in Magic the Gathering, but we don't have any blue cards. Or white cards, for that matter, actually.
I was gonna say white does actually fit the role of blue's not there.
All right, so now we're on black, red, and green. How do we cancel cards? And they're like, I don't know. I guess we'll figure something out. I don't want us to get a bunch of infinity cards like that, because I don't think that'll be fun for the game in the long run. I don't think there's anything wrong with certain infinity effects. If there's something that, like he was saying for a moment of normalcy, I don't love that card, but I don't think it's ban-worthy. I think that card is mostly something that it gives you one option for the thing you couldn't do. Most decks either care about speed a lot or care about damage a lot, and it gives you the option to affect the other one in a defensive way or an offensive way sometimes.
Yeah, I just don't think we should really be printing infinity cards regardless. I think it just makes, especially when they're good, like normalcy and like filled with doubt, because it just makes deck building boring because everyone's going to run them or probably should run them.
Yeah.
I think we just have to gate them the way our old ones were, and this is a shout out to Sam Tate, who has said this to us a few different times. Just put the set symbol back on these cards. It's infinity, but the actual infinity is you can play it in somebody from the set that it came in. And then you're allowed to print some really kind of good effects because it's only good in, at most, 12 characters.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's blank in those other characters. And like I was making it, you made a joke earlier about like, as we were talking, he was like, just ban everything. We'll just start over. And I looked at how many cards. I'm like, if we just looked at how many characters there are in Standard, there are currently 248 characters in Standard.
Yep.
Light work, get rid of them all.
Light work, get rid of them all. Yeah.
We have 12 Guilty Gear characters. Figure it out.
Get 12. We have 8.
We have 8 Guilty Gear characters.
But I'm saying, like, at most, like, some of the what's Critical Role I think has the biggest amount of characters at like 18 or something.
That's right. I want to say some of the Attack
on Titans
one were like 18 as well.
Sure, but like if only those 18 characters can use this effect, you're allowed to print characters that could have abused that effect but aren't allowed to play it. That's my opinion. That's my not it's not a hot take, but that's my take.
I was gonna say it just seems like a warm take to me. Not really a hot take, just a warm take.
I'm cooking a little bit, but it might not be edible yet.
I agree with everything that you two are saying here, and that might just be the fact that I am just losing airflow in this globe. So I think it is a good time to wrap up this episode because I need to get out of this globe. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to comment down below what you think could be ban-worthy from Guilty Gear, or what you think could be touched that could have been touched with the December ban and errata announcement. But be sure to comment down below, like, comment, and subscribe. Also on Spotify, rate the podcast. Please do that. We greatly appreciate it. And with all that, I'm Andrew. I want out of here.
I'm Brian. This part seems a little weak.
And I'm James. I'm just the other guy.